All right, good morning, guys. Wanted to make a quick video and explain to you why I believe the market is 100% bullish now. I wanted to provide some indications on patterns that I read that show me why I believe this. Okay, so I don't just base it off of emotion, I base it off of information, of data, and that data, I break it down. That data is showing me what people believe. Not me, well, me included, but millions of people, where their trades are, what they believe, what they're doing. So this is how you read market sentiment, and I'm showing you this. This can give you confidence we're moving up. Okay, yes, there might be coins that have been, they've been moving up for a while, and a correction is waiting. So even though that we're entering this bull, that doesn't mean that they're going to keep going up. So you have to find the ones that are have bottomed or near bottomed, and met that correction territory, that have now found that area where it's found its low. Okay, so let me show you this. So this is total market cap. Okay, and the things I'm seeing here right now, you can see I've placed this trend line. Okay, and it's been using this as resistance. I mean, it's been bouncing off of it, dating back, to May. Okay, so we've been watching the market for a long time when we're going to enter this bull run. So if you're watching here, the down here on this chart, this is the RSI. Okay, so you have your moving average is the yellow line. Okay, so what you're watching here is, as this moving average, you're paying attention to what's going on with the purple line. Okay, so check this out. So let's go back here. If you're watching down here, you can see that right here, you can see it was sort of bouncing off the moving average. It was moving up, and then it would reject back below. Okay, and then it would hit this and bounce back down. So when you see it hitting this yellow line and bouncing off of it, that's usually a bearish indicator, right? That it's going lower. Okay, so you can use that for short-term trades. Okay, but when you look at the bigger picture on long-term trading, you can form an opinion on market sentiment. Okay, so when it comes down here, you can see price was higher here. Okay, this was back in February, right? You can see how the RSI dropped way down here. Okay, but price was lower here just a couple months later, but the RSI made a higher low. Okay, so what this tells you, people are becoming bullish in the market, because again, this is total market cap. This is pulling all of the crypto together. So this can help show you information on what the market believes is going to happen, whether it's happening now or in the future. Okay, so you have this usually is an indicator of a bullish divergence when RSI makes a higher low, but price makes a lower low. Okay, that's a key indicator. Traders know that. Okay, but you can confirm it based off the moving average. So if you watched here, you can see when it made a higher low on RSI, what did it do with the moving average before we moved up, before we seen this move up here? Okay, it bounced off of the moving average as support. Right now, I have it on 14 days. Okay, you can change that to 30 days, 60 days, whatever. You can customize that number to whatever you want. Okay, but majority of people use the 14-day. It's just the average that people use, because it's half of a month, and it gives enough information for you to read what market sentiment is. All right. So you can see when this made the bullish divergence, you can see that it started moving up. And when it did, it reclaimed the 14-day moving average, the yellow line. And then when it had a correction after this move up, this green candle here, it used it as support right here. You can see right here, it came down and it bounced right there and it moved up. Okay, so that's showing market sentiment moving up, and you can see it stayed above, moving above that line. Okay, and when went below it, it quickly corrected back above it. It didn't come way down here. It just it moved right back above it. So you can see market sentiment being bullish here. Okay. And as it moved up, it formed this trend line, which is kind of hard to know unless you're using other indicators and you're watching the market closely. It's kind of hard to know the top. Not really. No, you can't really predict the top. There is some indications that you can use for the top. And this is what you can use here in this area. Okay. So when it came up here and it produced this red candle, you can see that it moved below, pretty hard below the 14-day moving average. Very bearish. Okay. And when it came up, it couldn't even tap that. It tried right there. That's bearish, which means lower. So you see these two red candles. The market, the people were reading this, traders were reading this and said, oh, bearish, better sell. So they sold, right? And it's continuing going down. Okay. So that's where you're seeing this. Now, when you see it come up, what does it do right here? It moves above the 14-day moving average, which then when it moves up, you can see that it starts to roll over this little line. It rolls over right here. So typically traders will see that as a momentum shift, means selling pressure. So that selling pressure was forming this key line here. Okay. So it was forming that key line before this was even, before these candles were even made. It was performing, it was producing this trend line. Okay, so you can see downtrend. So that's what you see. So then it goes back moving below it. But now what do we see? We see something interesting here. It moves down back below and it reclaims. But when it reclaims it this time, it's now holding it as support. It's holding the 14-day as support. This is critical. Why? Because if it would have dunked back below, we're still in a downtrend. But the total market cap, all crypto combined, market sentiment is saying I'm bullish. I'm bullish because it's using the 14-day RSI as support. That is a momentum shift from bearish sentiment to bullish sentiment. The entire market right now is bullish. That should give you confidence we're moving up. So this trend line is now hitting right here. It's touching right here. You can see it's wanting to sort of roll over right here. So, but you can see this line is starting to come up. So what's going to happen here? I believe we're about to break up because this shows me that the entire market is bullish. So when this comes back, it's going to bounce off the 14-day. This is what I think is going to happen. It's going to come. It's going to hit this line as this continue to moves up. And we're going to see this continue to go up and move above that trend line. And what does that mean? And this is what I'm trying to tell you. If you go back and you see this here, that's where we're at here. This here is this here. So this is what's about to happen. This is what is going to happen. And look at that. It almost plays out following the uptrend to a T. And you can see it's the same thing going all the way back 23, 24. What are we in now? 25. So we've got little consolidation, move up. Consolidation, move up. And then what happens to the next leg? It moves up and it touches the trend line. It moves up and touches the trend line. Look where we're at. It moves up and touches the trend line. We're at 3.35 trillion right now in total market cap. We're about to hit over 4.5 trillion in market cap. We're about to move up. And you can see it's very violent when it moves up. The time frame is very short. When it does finally make its move, it's in a month. It's in a month that it makes its move. Look at that. Bam. This is what we're looking at right here. If it plays out like it's been playing out, and look, you can take this and replicate this. The trend shows it. The trend shows it. Look at it. Broop, broop, broop. So there's the trend. So that's where we're at, guys. That's why I wanted to show you this today. But how do we prove that with other coins? Well, check this out. Looking at, this is Cosmos, okay? This is just one of the many that I looked at this morning. So you can see I put a line here. Why did I put that line? That is a bullish divergence, guys. That is a huge bullish divergence. And why that is important is because this was dating back to February when RSI dropped below 27 down here. Okay, and then look at RSI up here. It made a higher low. RSI made a higher low on the, this is all the daily time frame that I'm showing you. Made a higher low on the daily time frame. Okay, so what are some more indicators to show that we're about to move up? Well, I'm about to show you. Anywhere when we were in this consolidation phase, you can see, if you zoom in on this 14-day, let me zoom in so I can show you. You can see that this, when it moved and it reclaimed the 14-day, it was trying right here to use the 14-day as support. Moved up, came down, tried using it. It rejected it though, but it quickly moved back above it. So you can see these indicators. This is the strongest indicator I've seen yet, right here, because it came down and it didn't even touch it. It bounced hard above it. Came down, bounced hard above it. That's showing we're in an uptrend. And when you see that, you typically see that before a big move up. You typically see that before you see this. Because look right here. It moved up, came down, bounced off of it, moved up, came down, bounced off of it, bam. Look at that before it hit its peak. So look at this big move here. It all started with using the RSI as support. And what are we seeing here? Using RSI as support. This is showing you proof of just Cosmos, right? One coin. That market sentiment is bullish on it. Let's look at DOT, Polkadot. What's Polkadot saying? Polkadot is showing the exact same thing. You can see it moved back here in February. It tried using it RSI as support. It did, but it rejected it. Then it came back up, used as support, rejected it, reclaimed it, rejected it. So you can see that it's the market being bullish in this consolidation phase. It's using RSI as support. And when it moved up here, you can see where it used it here, came up, used it again, and then you see this right here. This is typically, you see this right before you see a top. You see this big correction right here. So you know when the next move goes up, you're going to have a big correction, which is what actually happened. So I put these two lines to show you bearish. So what happens is the RSI moves below the 14-day moving average, and it rejects it as resistance. It can't get back above it, can't reclaim it. Rejected, rejected. But now we're seeing it use it as support. It comes up, gets above it, bounces off of it, again, bounces off of it. So we're going to see this move up, and it's going to continue to use this RSI as support. So we're about to see it move up. We're about to see it just move up. That's what we're about to see. So Polkadot is showing you that the market is bullish. Filecoin can show you the same thing. Looky here. Same thing down here. Bam. Bam. It's showing you that the market is bullish. Even with temporary corrections, it's bullish. We're moving up. It's confirming it. It is confirming it that we're moving up. Let's see, is there any others? Let's look at Litecoin. I haven't even looked at Litecoin, but let's take a look at that. Yep, same thing. Showing the same thing. Right there. It reclaimed it, came down, used as support. And when it did, look at the candle it produced. When it bounced off, it produced two, look at that, produced two candles there. Went from 83 to 91. So you can see that the total market is bullish. The sentiment is bullishness right now. So if you're not bullish, you're in a losing trade. That's all I can tell you. If you're not bullish, you're in a losing trade right now if you're not bullish. That means either your money is sidelined and you're not buying, and you're just going to lose out because the market's going to keep moving up. It's moving up. We are now in the bull run. I mean, the data is here. The data is here. Now, again, that does not mean all coins are going to see a move up. When you're looking at altcoins, you can tell which ones are strong. If you go to CoinMarketCap, you can see which ones are moving the most right now. So if you look at the daily chart, Solana's doing really well compared to most. And again, you got to look at the charts to sort of know where these coins are with moving up. So this one, yep. I mean, you can see very clearly it's produced a pretty nice since 2024. It looks like support was found around 124. Again, 121. Yep. And so see, it's making the higher lows. You can see it right here. It's making a higher low. So 124, it made a new higher low of 140. Moving up again. Moving up again. It's going to move above. Solana's going to move above, it looks like, 173. It's going to move above that before it makes a new higher low. So there's one showing you that the market is bullish. Cardano up 7%. Hyperliquid is showing 8%. But again, you got to remember some of these have been moving up for a while. So you've got to be careful with what you're looking at. See, this one's been moving up for a while. It deserves a correction. So it was back April 6 at $10, and it's now up at 40 bucks. I would not buy that coin. I would not buy that coin. The chance for a correction, the possibility for a correction is at 70%. A large correction. I would not buy it. That's me. If I was in Hyperliquid, I would sell it. That's me. That's what I would do if I hold that coin. Sui's been moving up, and Sui's had some decent corrections, but it looks like it's been making some new higher lows over time, going back to, looks like 2024 when it had a nice move up and then a correction. It's got a huge community of supporters too, so this one moves a little bit different than most, but it looks like at 191, but it looks like it's made a new higher low at 244. So there's a good possibility that it breaks this. You can see the downtrend from up here at 523 at 4. So it's making this trend line down, right? It's making this trend line down. So what it needs to do, if you're in SUI, it needs to break above $4. Has to break above $4, or it's still bearish for me. So for me, I wouldn't even buy this coin right now. But if you're holding it, I wouldn't sell it either. If I was in SUI, I would do nothing at this point. But see, that's just how I would trade. Let's look at some other ones. Polkadot, 8%. And if you look at Polkadot, it's bottomed, guys. Look at, I mean, it's bottom. Great coin to purchase. One of the better coins to get in right now. Uniswap's been moving up. That's obvious just because people are swapping right now. But it found its bottom too, it looks like, at around 480. It's been moving up, yeah, for a little bit now. It's been making higher lows. So that's a good sign. So you'll probably end up seeing this one move up pretty good here. And the reason I'm showing you all of this, guys, is because I want you to understand what I'm looking at and how I'm discerning, what are coins to get in and what coins, not to get in. Like let's look at Arbitrum here. So Arbitrum's moved up 15%. Wow, what a move. That's a decent little move. But see, look, it's found its bottom. 26, double bottom. Now the market's going to move up. That's a good one to get in. Yeah, it's moved up 15%. It looks like, in the last 7 days, but that's a good one to pick up. So, I mean, that's just what I'm seeing. So, and these are the 100 top altcoins here, guys. So you gotta remember the projects that you're putting money into. You gotta look at over time how they've performed. Like I can tell you, there's several that's been here since previous bull run. Filecoin, Cosmos. I mean, these are just ones that I know that's been here for a while. Uniswap, Polkadot, Litecoin, Stellar. Of course, Stellar looks like it's struggling right now, but that's because it had a pretty substantial move. Last bull run. That's another reason why. So they've had some, but look at it. It's really leveled out now. So I mean, it's ready for its move to move up. So you've got Dogecoin's that's been around for a long time. Elon Musk and his coin. But anyway, I'm getting off track, but I wanted to show you this just to prove to you that the market sentiment is bullish. The overall market sentiment is bullish. Okay. So, two major trend lines that have been broken that I have seen broken here is obvious. I think it's let's see, total. This one. So total market cap. The downtrend was broken. It's now moving up. You can see I've sort of laid this out. This has been like this for a while. So it came down and tapped this trend line like I expected. It's now moving up. So how high that move is, it could go way up here. So this is just something that I've played out with this. Obviously, this trend line is from here, but you can see that it's made a different trend line based off these. So it's probably going to be more like this, like that. That's probably what you're going to see. So which would be 1.64 trillion, 165 for the next move up, which we're about to see. The real money hasn't even came in yet. All the traders, everybody's on the sidelines waiting right now. They're waiting for lower prices. I'm telling you, 90% of people are not in this move. They are not in this move. They are not. They're waiting for lower prices, and that's why they're going to get left behind. That's why they're going to buy in at higher prices. So if you're listening to me, I promise you, be confident. Get your entries in. Get your entries in. I'm 100% fully confident we're moving up. 100%. Okay, so and everyone else is going to be left behind. I mean, that's not financial advice, but the data says we're moving up 100%. Everything I'm telling you is backed by data that I just showed you. You can go back and rewatch this video. That's why I'm providing it to you, to give you confidence. But that's all I got for today, guys. I wanted to make this video with you. I tried to keep it short. Went way longer than I wanted talking, but this is all I got for you for now. And that's why I've been making these posts, just to show you, to be bullish. We're moving up. Thanks for watching. Until next time.